This is the Con Guy Show. We are your home for news, opinions, and interviews from the world of Comic-Cons and fandoms. Your ultimate insiders for all things con. Well, we are back for another season of the Con Guy Show. This is the Con Guy Happy Hour. My name is Jim. I don't see my name up there. So maybe we've done something and they've dropped off. Look, can you check the settings for us? But anyways, this is Jim. This is the Con Guy Show coming to you straight from the heart of Hollywood, California. We are all about fans celebrating and experiencing their fandom. There we go. Fans experiencing their fandom. There's all kind of podcasts about movies, about this and that, but we're all about how can you get in and experience it. And tonight we're going to talk about that in a big way with collectibles and some of the biggest collectibles so far. You notice I didn't say so far in 2025 because, as Jake pointed out, I'm going to show you this to you. One of the things he's going to talk about tonight, this Hulk that we see on the cover, is not from 2026 or 2025, but he just got it, so we are going to talk about it. But we do have a lot of stuff that's new coming up. Anyways, who else do we have with us tonight? Let's start with who am I pointing to?
You're not pointing at anybody, but first of all, we do want to say happy 2026, just to say what year it is, because we did say 2025 for a second. But this is January 2026. Yes, it might be confusing because it still looks like Christmas here, but in LA, some people have their Christmas light.
2026.
So I'm Cheeseman. I'm one of the main collectible people and one of the founding Con Guy members, and we'll definitely be telling you how to spend your money in irresponsible ways. And Jake can probably say he's done the same.
Hey, you wait for the deals. That's the good way to do it.
Deals. We'll talk about that too.
That's the way you got to do it. What's up, everybody? It's Jake here from Ohio, the collectible guy for the Con Guy. And thanks for having me on again. It's always a pleasure to be here and talk up my, some cool toys with you guys. So I'm excited.
All right. Now, we before we get started here, we do have a lot to talk about, but we just want to give a recognition to somebody who would be here with us, but is not here with us, and that is our very dear friend, Brad Everett Young. As everybody knows, every time we do a collectible show, Brad's always been the little troll in the comments that's yelling at us and saying, "What are you doing?" But
yeah,
Brad is
trolling. He's letting us know when we've missed something, and then he was usually adding some other things.
Brad is, I'm going to say, one of my best friends. He is one of our best friends, and sadly, Brad passed away this past year. There was an accident, and we don't need to know all the details, but our friend Brad did pass away this year, and we did want to recognize him because he is such a big part of the show, but such a big part of the Con Guy. He's always been encouraging us with the Con Guy, always telling us to get to work, and always helping us get guests. He's the one who introduced us to the Power Rangers, and we really can't thank him enough for that. And anyways, Brad, here's to you. It's my Comic-Con mug. Brad went with us to Comic-Con every year. He went with us to WonderCon. He went with us to all the conventions. He got us into Morphicon. And if he was here tonight, he would not be showing his face, but he would be sitting here and helping us get through the collectibles, because Brad was our collectibles buddy. But more than that, he was just one of my best friends. And I know that Luke introduced me to Brad many years ago. We don't want to go into, turn this into a memorial service, because Brad would just be so pissed off at us if we spent a collectible show talking about that. Yeah. So anyways, we will bring that back up again towards the end of the show. Just if you guys get a chance, we want you to make sure you check out Dream Loud Official. It is the social media site that Brad started. It's the campaign that Brad started to help recognize arts in schools, or just arts, getting arts into the hands of people, let people be artists and creative. And that campaign, that nonprofit that Brad started, will not be dying. We're going to keep it going because it is such an important part. And so Brad's going to continue to be a part of our lives, and we can't wait to see what's next for Dream Loud Official. All right, guys, welcome to 2026. This is our very first podcast of 2026. I think it's our first podcast since late last year. We just said, we had some things that we had to address, and some other things are taking our time. But Jake, how's it been going?
Pretty good, yeah. I'm always on the lookout for cool stuff, and luckily, Hasbro and McFarlane, all these companies are always putting out new stuff. And like I said, I don't complete any line of collectibles or toys and action figures in this, so I just kind of pick and choose. But luckily, there's been a lot of cool stuff that has been out in this past year. So whenever you're ready, let's get into the slideshow, and I'll show you some cool stuff.
We shall. And Luke Cheeseman, cheese on the couch, and you are actually right there. There's a couch there right next to you. What's been going on with you since last we all gathered?
I didn't realize I collected stuff in a short amount of time, but I got a big variety of stuff that I didn't realize till I was looking around my room and like, oh, how about that in this? So we'll get into that.
All right. And just want to throw this out there as well. If you guys get a chance to be watching for the Con Girls, they're going to be doing a show that they're calling the Fangirl. They're going to be doing it on Twitch. It's really cool. They're doing a really cool show and they're kind of expanding their reaches. It's like the Fangirl Throwdown. Cheeseman, do you remember what they said they're going to call it? I think
it was Throwdown or something.
Yeah, which I think is a cool name, the Fangirl Throwdown. They don't want it to be seem divisive or petty, but they just want to have a lot of fun. Katie and the girls have been doing so much, so I can't wait for that show. And also, we can't wait to get Ben back on here. Ben's been a busy man, but we are going to get Ben on here. And just so you know, the Con Guy, we are kind of organizing ourselves with a couple of other podcasts on a network called Fandom. Luke, what was it again? Obviously,
we wait to officially release all this before we had locked it all down.
I really shouldn't be talking about it yet because the official announcement hasn't happened yet. But let's just say there's exciting things ahead for the Con Guy. So happy Con Guy, happy hour. We are going to jump right in. But Jake, real quick.
Yeah.
We'll wait till we get to this. You went to a certain play let's wait till we get to that part of the slideshow here.
Okay.
And we'll be doing that. For those of you who are listening, I apologize, but I'm going to encourage you to get on and watch the YouTube channel because we have a slideshow with a lot of cool stuff. So without further ado, let's talk about some of the different collectibles that have been taking shape. And let me see. I'm going to disappear us. There we go. All right, Jake, take us through this.
So like you said before, this actually is an older figure from Hasbro. I think this came out in 2019, and it was actually part of a 2-pack. It was the first appearance of Wolverine, like how his old costume looked from whatever year that was, 70, I don't know, 70 something. But this was a figure that I always was like, that's such a cool set. I should get that sometime. And I just kept, kicking the tires on it, never bought him. And finally, this, I guess it was this past year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get that Hulk because they've released a new versions of the Hulk. They have like new Hasbro, like Maximum series and stuff. But I've watched a lot of videos and I wasn't a big fan of like the head sculpt and stuff. I really liked that one that was back from like 2019 because it just looks like the classic 70s Hulk, like the, Herb Trimp, what is it? What's his name? Herb Trimpy or whatever his name is, or like John Romita kind of style, from the 70s.
You're talking about the comic book style because when I think of 70s Hulk, I think Lou Ferrigno on PBS on Friday nights.
Yeah, this is definitely the comic book style.
Wait, let's take a look at this. Wait.
So yeah, this was one that it was an eBay purchase. I was finally like, I'm going to get it. So super happy with this figure. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So for those of you who are listening, he is holding up a very cool sculpted Incredible Hulk based on the 1970s design is what he's telling us, right?
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right, let's go. Right, and I'm going to make us here. Let's go that. All right.
Another Hasbro figure. This is Spider-Man 2099. So modern audiences are more familiar with this character from the Into the Spider-Verse movies, This was based on the original comic appearance of this character, which appeared in 1992, I believe it was. It was like a futuristic story of a guy who basically gets the Spider-Man's genetic DNA sequence or whatever, and it gets into him, and he becomes a futuristic version of Spider-Man. And I was a big fan of this as a kid. I actually still have my issue 1 that back in the day I was like, this thing's going to buy me a house someday. Now it's probably worth like $5 or something, but really cool figure. You can see here, I got it in person also.
Wait, Lynn.
Cut back, yeah.
You could build a house out of free Amazon boxes.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
All the things you've gotten.
Oh no! Explain what's on his back.
This is just this like webbing. It's sort of like I guess when he jumps, it helps him glide and whatnot. But what's cool about it is that you can pose it to make it look like it's blowing in the wind or something. Or
yeah,
looks more like a propeller.
Yeah, something like that.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
It is because you see here, it's got.
Yeah.
At first, I thought like it was like a mistake, like the black wasn't all the way removed.
Oh yeah.
Take photo, but that looks cool. Does it glow in the dark?
I don't think so. It has kind of like a shiny,
web tape, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've seen the Into the Spider-Verse movies, this is they have a newer version of him, a very stylized, cartoony, and it's Oscar Isaac who does the voice for him. So really cool figure, one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man growing up. So that was a fun one to get.
That's cool. I love this.
Yep. This was so in the last year or 2 years when the X-Men 97 series came out, they made new figures. But this one actually came out a couple years before that, and it had a really cool box. It was like a VHS looking box. I think I have a picture of it on there too.
Yep.
You go to the next slide.
I'm going to the next 1 second.
Yeah. So you're seeing the character Storm from the animated X-Men series. Really cool figure. I love how they have the black lines on her leg, kind of that artistic, animation, cell animation, detail.
Yeah.
So again, really cool. I love the 90s style. I got her.
Oh, wait, you have her.
Yeah, I got them all so I can show you. And, so yeah, really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I love the big.
What about her cape? Is that cloth?
It's just it's like a cloth, like a fabric.
Okay.
But yeah, I love how it looks like a cartoon. It's got the details there. So
it is. That's awesome. I love that.
Very cool.
All right, let's. Here we go.
Next one. This is based on X-Men 97. It's the Jubilee figure. Little different style than how she appeared in the original 92 animated show, but very cool. I got her as well. I love how fun little accessories. She's got the little soda can or soda, cup. You have the accessories, and you can put the sparkles like coming off her hands and stuff.
Nice. So that's the 70s. I'm looking there. Yeah.
This is from the 90s style. Right. Technically, I guess the look of her is like when she was a vampire from a comic run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good stuff.
All right.
I can see I'm on an X-Men kick here. This is Cable, and you guys know who Cable is, right? This whole story.
Here he is.
Scott Summers
from Deadpool.
Yep. He's Scott and Jean Grey's clone. They had a baby, and he grew up to be Cable. That's who this guy is. Very cool figure. A lot of cool accessories and whatnot. Love the animated style of the figure.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with the old Toy Biz figures, and they had a couple Cable figures, and they were always really cool growing up.
Isn't there like a campaign to try to get the guy from Avatar to play him? The bad guy.
Oh, the villain from the first one.
I got your kids again.
I thought that Josh Brolin did a good job in Deadpool 2. I'm surprised they didn't bring him back for the.
Yeah, he did. He did. What we got here?
This is, I believe, it's the first appearance of Silver Surfer from Marvel Comics. This is a fun new Hasbro Marvel Legends line where they come with little miniature versions of the comics, like their first appearances and whatnot. So yeah, classic, the original Silver Surfer. Really cool.
Terminator.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it looks like T-1000.
I know.
Very cool. Very, very metallic. They've made other ones where he wasn't as shiny. He was more like a matte silver. But
yeah. Love
cool.
that.
What we got next here?
Yep, here we go.
This one, I knew this was coming out, but I just saw it last week for the first time in the store, so I had to get it.
And for those of you just watching, he's talking. This is Iron Man now.
Yep, Iron Man Mark III. So this is his final armor from the first movie, and he goes through a couple different versions of that, and just a really cool figure. I actually have a few different Iron Mans from different movies, but I've never had this original from the first movie. So very cool figure.
Nice.
That's cool. So did that come out at the end of the year on Christmas, or is that new this year?
It might have been, but with toys and collectibles and whatever, stuff shows up when it shows up.
Yeah, like a lot of times it'll be like shipping January 2026, or regardless of when it initially came out, because there's releases where sometimes you can pick it up at stores or online through special sites, but everything's different. Yeah.
So I hadn't seen it in the stores yet until last week. I had actually forgot this one was coming out. Just a cool throwback version.
What's that made out of? Is that plastic? Is that metal? What is that?
Yeah. These are all just plastic. They're just.
And stores are always nice too, because you're getting at the retail price. A lot of times, like people will get the pre-sales and all that.
Okay, can you show us the articulation real quick? I just want to see where he.
Yeah, you can get cool poses. He has interchangeable hands. They made another version where it's the all silver one, which is like the Mark II, like the second attempt, and that one has like the actual mask that's opened up. You can see Tony Stark's face in there. But yeah, a lot of cool.
Yeah, I like how posable he is. Yeah.
Also, actually, hold on. It comes with fun little things too. You can put these little rocket blasts on the bottom.
Rocket blasts on him. That's cool.
Yeah. So it looks like he's flying.
Does he have a display stand that he comes with?
This one doesn't. Some figures do. This one it's a pretty sturdy figure, so he can stand on his own. And stuff.
But are they usually pretty universal for that brand? Like you can buy like the stack of them, and then they'll work with those type of figures. Like
Marvel Legends never. They don't really make them. Star Wars, the Black Series they have, that's from Hasbro too. But for a while they had little stands that came, but I feel like they just haven't been able to do it right. Like NECA makes stands that you can buy, like packs of stands, and those work pretty well.
Some of those you almost have to use two legs sometimes, just to depending on the figure, like it's with especially like the Universal monsters and all that. Like you got to pose them the right way, and then the next day you'll look and it's like falling over. But sometimes you got to use two or just lean it a certain way.
Yeah. So
cool.
Classic MCU figure there.
All right.
This one's a lot of fun. So growing up, before we had all the nice MCU movies and all the Marvel movies, we had to watch stuff like this, which was the CBS Spider-Man TV show that came out in 1977.
Is it this is the same box, right? Just a different angle?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, just different angle. But I love the box. I love how it just looks so retro 70s cool.
The lettering.
Jim, you remember this show, right?
I loved this show, man. I loved it.
Nicholas Hammond was the guy who played Spider-Man.
Yep.
And the costume looks goofy, but it's so great. Like he had this weird belt for some reason.
Utility belt, yeah.
Yeah, just because they wanted it to make sense that he has access to his web cartridges, I guess. So then they, for some reason, they decided to put it on the outside. So, and he also had that little wristband.
That's a different one.
So yeah, this is the one. And then they made. If you go to the next one, well, here's the Spider-Man.
Wait, let's see yours first. Yeah,
there it is. I love that.
It is a bit different.
Huh. Okay, yeah. From the outside of the box, it looked like somewhat modern or more comic-y, but when you take it out of the box, it does feel kind of like more like.
And what's great about this figure is too, it looks like a guy just wearing like a costume. There's like wrinkles in the outfit.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks. The detail on it when you take it out like really does look like it is from like a TV show.
That's so cool. Then it's almost the same figure, but there is some changes. So if you go to the next slide,
okay, let's do this.
There's the Japanese, the Japanese Spider-Man. This was from '78, I believe.
And do you have that one?
Yep, I got that one here. So this is the Japanese one, and he also has
eyes look a little bit different. His
and the colors are a little brighter.
Spider's different.
Yeah, doesn't have the belt, but he has this big gauntlet there. And I've never really watched this show, but it's funny. It's a Japanese. It's basically like Power Rangers in a weird way. He has like a giant robot and stuff. And Stan Lee sold the Spider-Man rights to this whatever. It's not Toho. I don't think it's Toho's Godzilla.
No, it's not Toho. Yeah.
Toei or some Japanese company. They made these, I guess, serial like shows. So I just saw that. I was like, oh, it's such a cool figure. I just loved how, you get these two. These are like the first two. Besides the Electric Company, I guess was the first version you saw a live action Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right. They did have them on Electric Company.
Which is a kid's
The Electric
TV show.
Company.
Hey, you guys. No, that's from originally before the Goonies. Yeah, so these are just These are just silly, but really cool. I saw them and I was just like, oh, those are great. And I watched the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man show on reruns on the Sci-Fi Channel as a kid. And
what's a rerun?
You'll find out.
Yep.
It was like, we had the Spider-Man cartoons and stuff, but like to see an actual live action Spider-Man as a kid was amazing. And so back in the day, it was like, that's as good as you got. And his pulls the nostalgic strings. So now we're moving on to one of my favorite movies from the last year was the Fantastic Four.
Oh, join the club. Same here.
Great movie. I loved it.
That's what I rewatch. I've only seen it once, but that was really good. Mr.
Fantastic he has interchangeable arms, and I have one of them here. What's cool about these is that they're bendy, so you can have like a bendable wire in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I used to have figures when I was a kid that did that, and eventually the wire on the inside would bust out. But
the arms just are interchangeable. So he has regular arms, or he has like the stretchy ones. But I wish they would have done something with the legs too, like maybe have the leg pop off. You could have a stretchy leg or stretchy torso or something. But there's Pedro Pascal's.
Wait, hold it. Let's see if we can. Does it look like him? Do you think? Yeah, it does a little bit. It does.
It's pretty good. The picture that you can see better on that.
Yeah.
Better than my camera. So there's Mr. Fantastic, and then who's next on the list there? This is my favorite of the set. You got Ben Grimm, the Thing. Great figure. Really cool detail on this guy.
Yeah.
Rocky.
He looks like he's made of rocks. And he doesn't look like just a piece of plastic.
Okay.
Yep.
I love that.
You seem a lot happier to be him in this movie, even though he's like an actor that plays kind of like a grumpy type guy. Like he seemed less grumpy about being himself in that movie.
Which company is it? Jake, what's the company? What's the?
Oh, these are all the same. So far, everything we've been looking at has been Hasbro.
All right.
Yep. This is the Marvel Legends line. So they have the comic style and the movie figures too.
Yep.
So
there we go. Let's see what the next one is here. Oh, wait, and having fun with all the different.
Yep. Another one, Sue Storm, the Invisible Girl or Invisible Woman.
Yep. Let's see.
Good figure. Yeah, the cool like force field. I don't have it on this, but it has like that force field effect.
Yeah, you can see it here.
I wish they would have done something, had like interchangeable hands, have her be like partially invisible or something.
It looks like she does have interchangeable hands here.
Well, I mean, like arms or something to have it like maybe to have like half the arm.
Oh, half invisible.
Like she's in the middle of, phasing out and whatnot.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. All right, let's go.
And then there's Johnny. There's two versions of Johnny. I don't have the full flame on version, but I have the one where he's just in his regular costume and he's got the little flame effects on his hands there.
Okay, wait a second. Something just went wrong. Give me just 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Did they make a bait baby?
There we go.
The bait baby that they used in the movie?
The bait baby.
The bait.
What are you talking about? The bait baby?
They used
made
it for bait.
They put him in the. Yeah, this is a pretty good likeness too. It's that.
I like that. Yeah.
Good
Eddie.
Yep.
Oh, look what's next.
All right, now we're switching over.
That?
Yeah, we're switching over for a bit. Okay. Here is McFarlane Toys.
And you got that at the store. I feel like you.
Yeah, I found this at Best Buy randomly. I don't know. I never really go into Best Buy, and then one day I went to Best Buy and I saw that. I was like, "Holy crap! Oh my god!"
Really?
Yeah. So NECA made a version of this too. I have them back there somewhere, but which is really good. I actually think the NECA one might have to be a little bit more realistic in the likeness and stuff, but still, this is a great figure. and it's got.
Oh,
if
man.
you look at that, if you look at the other picture, yeah, you
That
can
one
see
there.
he's got the full arm.
Okay.
He has an accessory that will go under the wing. You can make him hold the wings out like that.
And this is obviously the 1989 Michael
Yep.
Keaton. Yep.
So what's really cool, yeah, this is the 89 Keaton. And then they also have, it's almost the same figure, little differences. They have the Batman Returns one from 92. But the one that's really cool about that one is that the cape actually has a wire on this so you can pose it,
Pose it out.
have it like flowing, which actually, I believe it's the next figure on the slide, which this one is probably my favorite figure that I got all last year.
I love this.
McFarlane Toys.
That looks just like Christopher Reeve.
McFarlane Toys, Superman 78 Christopher Reeve figure. Because growing up, like this was Superman to me. Like it was just like the most amazing movie.
Yeah.
I even loved Superman 4.
Well,
This one, hey, I was a kid, but this one actually does have the wire cape. You can see.
nice.
You can pose them and make it look really cool and flowing and stuff. And if you look at the picture, you can see there, there's some alternate hands, and there's a head that has more of like a serious face.
Yeah.
What's really cool about this one, I should have sent you the other picture, is that there's an alternate version where it's the Superman 3 version where he's like bad Superman, and the costume is all like dark and like real muted or whatever, and he's got like the beard, like the 5 o'clock shadow and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a fun alternate version that you could get to.
Love that. This is
Yeah,
cool.
very, very cool figures.
And this is DC.
McFarlane Toys.
McFarlane Toys. Okay.
Todd McFarlane. Yep.
Check it out.
Yep.
I know Cheeseman's a little jonesing over this.
This was a fun, just random thing I found at Meijer, which is a store. Luke knows the store Meijer. It's just like a grocery store, but it's kind of like Walmart or whatever. But they have toys and stuff, and they have this new line of Back to the Future cars that are, I guess, 1/24th scale, but they're die cast. And I got it right here. This is the
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, this is the the DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future 1. And what's really cool about it, you can see it back here. I have another one that's a older one from part 2, a little smaller in scale. But what's really cool about this one is that it has all the regular features like the opening doors and stuff. But what's really cool about this one is that it lights up. You hit the button on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you can see. So this is based on the first movie. It doesn't have the Mr. Fusion or anything, but it has the pull to hit the power.
But it seems like you see a lot more of those of Back to the Future 2 that light up, where that's cool to see, like the first one, and then has the wire.
Yeah. And I've seen there are other versions of this. They have the part 2 one with Mr. Fusion and the wheels go down.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 different ones from part 3 where they have the stuff on the hood, and they have the one that has the big white wall tires when he first goes back to 1885, and they have another one that's almost the exact same thing, but it has the train wheels, when it's on the track at the end of the movie. So yeah,
that's because I recently bought this one, not realizing I already had this one because I just saw it in Target. I was like, oh, what's this one? I thought it was different than what I had, but maybe
this is such a weird thing.
Yeah,
this is such a weird thing because look, if you hold that one up, I think this is 1/24 scale. Is that 1/12 or something? What is that? Or I don't know.
This would be
130. That one's it's smaller than this one. But the weird thing about that, and I never noticed it until I did, and then I can never not see it, is that if you look at that one there's no rear view mirrors on the car.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So anytime I see that,
no rear view mirrors.
Yeah, it should have rear view mirrors.
Yours? Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know if they just forgot it. Yeah, it's true.
Hanging it back. Worst $10 I ever spent.
But every time I see it, I'm like, what happened? Why did they forget? I don't know if it was just an error or they just I don't know.
Just leave them off. It's
another
20 cents.
Random thing, kind of. All right, back to Hasbro again. We're moving on to some Star Wars. This is a Jango Fett from Attack of the Clones, Episode 2.
That looks just like him.
Yeah, it's so cool. There was a previously released version of it, but this one has way better likeness, way better sculpting, articulation, all that stuff. And yeah, very cool figure. I had the original. I got it over on my shelf over there. But when I saw it, I was just like, oh man, because I was on the fence. I was on the fence with this one too. I'm like, I already have that figure. Is it really going to be that much of a difference to see it? And I saw it in person. And I was like, yep, that's really cool. And then he's got the removable helmet. You can see. I don't know, my camera isn't, but great, really good likeness on there.
That is cool.
Yeah,
That is, yeah.
Tamora Morrison.
Yeah.
Yep, good stuff. Star Wars, can't go wrong.
No. Here we
What
go.
do we got next here?
Speaking of Star Wars,
So this one originally, we talked about it, I think, in our last collectible show, which was the San Diego Comic-Con. This was featured in a 2-pack, episode 3, because last year was the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
They had the 2-pack with Obi-Wan and Anakin, the final battle, and then in this past year they also released them individually, but they don't have, the individual figures don't have all the accessories that the other one came with, which the other one sold out fast. So I was like, I don't need to pay for like crazy eBay prices. So I waited until I found him just in the store by himself, and I was like, all right, that's really cool. I got to get him. So
that's cool.
I still need to get
His I just loved how much they get the likeness.
yeah. Oh yeah, this is great. Another one that they had previous versions of, and then I don't know what they're doing, new digital scans or what kind of software they're using to make these, but they look.
I would think they'd use mixed technology for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Another Star Wars figure that came out. Oops, I forgot to get him. He's over on my shelf, but these pictures are good. These are this is the Star Wars A New Hope Han Solo, another remastered, I guess, version of a figure they've already released. It just improved likeness and improved all the good stuff and articulation. Because it's weird, like when you hold this one up to the previous one, it's just like, oh my gosh, this new one's so much better. So
Yeah.
that's how they keep tricking us into buying the same character over and over again, because they're like, I already got Han Solo. I don't need another Han Solo. And I see it, I'm like, no, this is Han Solo. I'm like, the other one looks like a mannequin or something, It's nuts.
I love this.
And then we have I got this guy here. This is Hammerhead or Mom. I've never.
What is his name?
His name is like Momoa Nadon. That's the name they gave him in the 90s when they were doing the expanded universe and all that stuff.
We all know him as Hammerhead.
Yeah, in the original line, it was just called Hammerhead.
Yep.
So just a fun character from the cantina scene from the original film. But
Let me ask you a question though. Wait, let's go back. This one right here.
Mhm.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he comes with different accessories, little cups and whatever. But
because those are, you know what he looks like? He looks like he's behind a like an electronic board.
yeah,
Like
I think he's just
Galaxy's Edge. You know, if you go to Galaxy's Edge and Walt Disney World or Disneyland, you see him back there kind of doing this. So
that's a different character. It's the same species or whatever, but that's yeah. But yeah, it's a fun figure that hadn't released yet, and then this came out, and then I was like, oh, yep, that's a cool one. I gotta get that one.
He's always been a popular character in the Star Wars universe. When we were kids, when I was a kid, when Kenner first came out with all the Star Wars characters, everybody had to have the Hammerhead. I mean, of course, we got Luke Skywalker and the robots, but when they started releasing all the side characters, everybody had to have the Hammerhead.
Yeah, you had to fill out the universe. You had to have extra side characters. And, cool aliens and whatnot.
All right, let's. And if Brad was here, he would be. Brad is here. Brad's with us.
Yeah.
But this is something that he would be geeking out over. Tell us about this, Jake.
Yeah, this was I had no idea this was coming out until I was at Target and I saw it, and it was after Brad had passed, and I just remember being like, oh man, it's such a weird thing. My initial instinct when first I saw it was to grab my phone, take a picture, and send it to you guys, and Brad was just like. Oh man, it's so we're looking at this is from Mattel, and this is a re-release of the vintage style Master of the Universe figures of just the original He-Man and the original Skeletor, and they even have the old play feature where you pull the arm back and they do the power punch. They got the spring inside.
Yep. That's
but
cool.
I'll show you here. I got the box. The box is really cool. It opens up like this. You can see.
Yep.
This opens up, and then I have them out because they're right there. But then it has the original style cards and stuff. But what's really
Do
cool
they
about
both
these
come
ones-
together?
Yeah, but what's really cool about these is that you can put them back in the packaging. It's like a yeah, you can slide them
And
in
this
and out.
is coming from Jake, who normally doesn't keep packaging unless it's really cool.
Right.
That's
I usually just
there.
I usually just toss it, but I was like, wow, that's really cool. So then they even come with the old comic books like they used to have back in the day. And just super, nostalgia overload. Just the original molds, just like the originals from 81, I think was in the first
know.
one. But
My mom still tells me she just threw away the box of, you guys grew up. I threw away the box. I'm like, oh man, because I think we all had a box of those toys.
Yeah, great lines. Those are my first like action figures growing up as a kid and playing with those and my brother's GI Joes before I kind of got into my own stuff as a kid and got into Ninja Turtles and whatever Power Rangers for a little bit and stuff. And then I didn't like any toys for a long time until I don't know about 10 years or so. Again, like I was like, oh, it's fun to collect stuff. And now
you had stuff even in high school, but it was very selective, and it was usually like Rockstar, McFarlane kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was like different music stuff, or like a lot like like in the late 90s, it was cool to have like horror themed figures. I had like Michael Myers and that kind of stuff. But once I forget it was like around it's probably like around 2015, I think, when Force Awakens came out. And then
you never got like a Kurt Cobain or anything like that, did you? Like,
no, I have
like that back then.
I have a couple. I have like a Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Elvis, like Ramones, Kiss, AC/DC, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like what I would have on my shelves in like high school and college, and then just all of a sudden I was like, oh, you get back into collecting and stuff. Which I know a lot of my friends are the same story. They're like, yeah, I didn't buy anything for a long time. I was into I play guitar. You get to a certain point. Like I didn't play with toys, when I was in middle school and stuff, but I would still collect them, and it was cool to have them on display and what. And I don't play with these now, as far as you know.
It didn't really happen until I went to WonderCon, I think in 2013 or 20. No, wait. No, it'd have been 2012, I think, was the first time I went. And then I saw like the old, like late 80s, early 90s, like Batman figures and all that kind of stuff. And then I rebought those. And then since then,
the toy biz
thing, which I'll say last year and was probably going to be one of my last big years in a while, just because it was Jaws 50th and Back to the Future 40th.
Yeah.
There's not like significant years coming up on some of the stuff that I necessarily collect. So I was even trying to Google before the show to see, is there stuff coming out for that, or Jurassic Park or Terminator, but we're kind of on an off year with some of that. Although, wait, Terminator 2, that was 91, right?
Yeah, it was 91.
So there might be some T2 stuff then this year. That'd be cool.
Plus, well, the con guy might be joining up with Mr. Mark Atkinson for some T2
well, I thought he's thinking Alien or something.
Aliens, that's right. He's not doing T2. He's doing Aliens and something else. So that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
All right, Cheeseman. Let me ask you a question real quick, because this is a technical question to show you how technical I am. Are we able to show a website on here? We've done it before.
You just do. There's a little, for those who use StreamYard, there's a little TV screen with a plus button.
Yep.
And then you go to that, and then there's a share screen, and then you can select what tab is on your thing. For those of you that ever do a podcast type thing, StreamYard, free promotion we're doing, does a great job at kind of making it so you can show pages that you're navigating.
Well, this is what, one thing I do want to show is since we're talking, can you guys see what I'm looking at right now?
Yeah.
So the NECA. Whoops, there we go. I just man, there's so much. These are their latest drops, and I just think it's really cool. They got Friday the 13th, the game, Jason in here. Jason supposedly is going to be making a comeback. He's been, the rights to this have been litigated and lost in court.
Isn't there a series coming out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Crystal Lake comes out this year, so I think we're going to see a lot more of this. We're going to see a lot more of Jason. I don't know if we'll see this version of Jason because Crystal Lake is a prequel. It's about Jason as a little kid. But I like, for those of you who may be listening, we're going to just scrolling through the NECA page where they have their latest releases, and look at all the horror they have. Jason, I know he did last summer. Happy Death Day. The Conjuring universe. I don't remember this character from the Conjuring universe. Ultimate Malthus the Demon. Wow. But here's it. Welcome to Derry. Jake, have you been watching that? Welcome to Derry?
No, I haven't. I need to watch it. I keep saying like, yeah, I'll watch it later. But
it's a pretty good show. It is kind of it's got a couple of pretty extreme spots where I'm like, but Luke, I don't think I've watched it long enough. I don't even know. Maybe they do at Pennywise. I don't know if he showed up.
We've seen like the glow of his eyes on, like, me and Jim have watched some of the episodes, but we really haven't had like a full Penny. We've had like versions or mutation creature, because I mean in the movies and at different parts he can mutate into creature stuff, but I'm sure we'll see more of that as it goes.
Yeah, some of the stuff he's mutated in is pretty gross. And this is just pure nostalgia here. The Ben Cooper. They have figurines wearing the old Ben Cooper Halloween costumes. I've got a couple of these already. Whoa, that's going. Wait, they have Ghostface? They have Ghostface Ben Cooper costume? I never knew that. But, there's Jason. But I have like Frankenstein's monster, and I also have Creature from the Black Lagoon. So it's really cool. Misfits is kind of cool. Anyways, if you guys get it, I love this one. The Thing. Look at the character. The character is the poster with the light shining out of his face.
Which is interesting. Drew Struzan, I think he passed away last year, the poster artist from that. Yep. And basically they just kind of told him the concept of it. And without him even knowing what the creature was, he kind of came up with this concept, which became so iconic to it, even though it really wasn't taken from like the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Famously painted in just a few hours by the great Drew Struzan without having seen a single frame of the film. Oh, that's amazing. I tell you what, that guy is something else. And then look at all this. Look at we got Chucky, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, Terrifier. I'm not a big fan of this. I know we have some fans that are, some friends who are, but anyways, it looks like they're going really heavy right now at the beginning of the year. Look at all the horror. This is all. Mm-hmm. Look at that. The Kiss. I love that. Oh, wait. Sold out. Oh, yeah. Some of these are.
Did you get that?
No, those are cool, though. That's the same thing he was talking about earlier, the trick-or-treaters, like the little kids in the costumes.
Yep. Like, I bought the Jaws one. Like, I have that.
Yeah.
This one bums me out. The Bride and Frankenstein's Monster are sold out. Ooh, they got Vincent Price. So, I'd like to.
Oh, I saw. Go back. Those go up. They're right there. The monsters, the Grandpa Monster.
Oh, right here.
Those are really cool. I never seen those until the other day, and I saw I think Daniel Roebuck posted a picture of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are really cool.
And then 50th anniversary poster. Luke, did you get this?
Yeah, Luke did a video.
Yeah, we did a video on it. Hey, look at that.
All right.
Did you get two, or did you?
No, I just got. Well, what's good about this? Hey, Jim, can you go full screen on this for a second?
Okay, let me do this, and I do this.
I'll just knock this out.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Kind of talking about it. Like, you can see, like, the zip ties are done a little bit, but they made this in a way that you can take it out and put it back in pretty easily, and like it ties in. Like, I didn't really feel like I had to cut or do too much, but. Basically, it's like this was based off a drawing of a mako shark. So they did keep some of the kind of the teeth and the look of that. I mean, technically, Jaws is a great white shark, but they kind of stuck a little bit more with the poster design. So it does kind of almost have a little bit of that hybrid mix, but it does kind of lean towards the poster of the mako shark thing. But really good looks.
It still looks pretty close to how he looks in the movie too. Like,
so it's interesting how they figured out maybe how to do the sides. Maybe they looked at some photographs from the museum, because the guy who did the poster, basically went to the museum and took a bunch of photos. So maybe they used some of those to kind of do the full 3D sculpt of it.
The biggest difference is Bruce has those big like jowls on the side of his head.
Yeah, but. goes pretty close with the Jaws of Game thing, which we talked about. It's not the same look of the head, but it
that actually, I think that it's tough. It's either that or the Christopher Reeve Superman is probably my top pick from last year, because that was just
Are you gonna get this one with the Jaws head?
I don't know. I'm not gonna order it. If I see it in the store sometime, I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
What? Oh, I can't even look at you right now.
All right. So real briefly,
I can see it on your shelf right now.
Because Luke, I knew we want to jump over and you want to share some stuff that you got. I just got 2 things I do want to share, maybe three. So I'm gonna
and he'll juggle them, by the way.
Let's. If anyone who's listened to the podcast or watched the show or met me in person, you know that I really do like the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Me and Jake share a love of that. But this is one of the creatures I got this year. Jake, do you have this one? This is from Mego.
I don't, but I've seen it before. It's cool. I think they have other versions of it too. They're like a black and white one too.
Yeah, this one's this is the color version, but it's got kind of a cloth overlay. It's not like hard plastic. It's kind of cool.
So Mego in the 70s were early action figure, but they were kind of in between. They were kind of dolls. They were also like action figures. Like they had a lot of stuff based on TV shows like Happy Days and all kinds of superheroes and stuff. So they still exist, or I don't know if it's another company.
Well, it's Mego. It's Mego Monsters. This right here says Mego Abrams, the father of the action figure, has relaunched these figures in response to overwhelming demand. So Mego Corporation was started by his father in '54. So he has taken over from his father. It's named by his younger brother Howard, who would say Mego 2, which is kind of cool. Howard later became the head of sales for the company. Mego sold over 20 million of its now standard 8-inch characters, like what I'm holding in my hand, worldwide. And Mego Corporation is proud to take over that fine heritage today. So it's really cool. It's an 8-inch figure, 14 points of articulation. It just had like a classy look to it. I have a couple of other figures, and they're cool. I have like the glow in the dark one, like you got from Comic-Con, but something about this one had a really I like the way his feet kind of, you can, it's just really cool. And one other thing I got, and I some people say, why did you take it out? Anyone in this one? I haven't had.
Where did it go?
What?
Your toys run away and you don't know where they went.
Oh,
there it is.
I got Godzilla. For anyone who goes to San Diego Comic-Con, or you are familiar with San Diego Comic-Con, Bandai, the company Bandai, they have a gigantic the MonsterVerse characters are there. They had where is it? One more. I got this as well.
We need like the little sound when Jim's walking.
Oh, nice.
I got the golden. This one has no articulation. This one's just for display purposes only, the King Ghidorah, or however you say it. But I love this, and this is the kind of one of the newer Godzillas. But
that's the -1 Godzilla, right?
Yeah. Is this -1?
I think so.
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
-1, which, in my opinion, the best Godzilla movie ever made. -0 comes out later this year.
Unbelievable movie.
I just loved it. So, anyways,
you're going to give us a live demo of them fighting. You are so close to them in each of your hands.
I love it.
When it gets a little warm,
share those.
When it gets a little warmer, go out in the pool and do a little video of you getting in the water with the.
like I'll be in the boat and. But like one other thing that I thought was really cool this year, I'm less impressed with this. When I was a little kid, I collected a line of toys called the Micronauts. Now, the Micronauts came out before Star Wars. Like, we had this character called Baron Karza. He came out before Darth Vader ever shown his beautiful black helmet on screens, and everybody thought that Baron Karza was just a ripoff of Darth Vader, but other way around. Anyways, so Super 7 has started releasing kind of small miniature versions of some of the characters. This is Microtron. He's one of the sidekick robots that was the sidekick to Biotron in the Microverse. Anyways, I hope they continue to release these because I will collect them. The only thing is, everybody can't get everything you want. These were bigger. This is just a little bitty piece of plastic. The original robots kind of had almost like a a metallic base to them. They were very sturdy. Again, one of those things that my mom threw the box away. But so I am trying to collect these as they release them. But they have Force Commander. I have one up here. I have the Galactic Warrior from the Micronaut. So they're starting to release them slowly. So that is my collections. Nice. Cheeseman, what you got?
Wow, that was nerdier than the end of Stranger Things. But before we move on, Jeb, is your shirt new? I know the hat's new.
Oh, wait.
Let's shout out to that stuff.
Oh yeah, I was all prepared for Godzilla today. This is my Godzilla hat, and
that came from Roosevelt's, right? Which they're mostly known for their shirts that they do.
And if you recognize the shirt, it's Godzilla in the classic Bigfoot walking through the classic film footage from the 60s. So I believe in Godzilla. And because I have such a fat head, this hat doesn't fit really comfortably, but so I'm having to squeeze it onto my head. But I think it's one of the coolest designs for a Godzilla hat. It's not too.
Are you on the last two clips on your hat? Is it like?
I'm down to 2 clips. I have 1 more to go, which I'll try to switch over. Okay, right now, it's just squeezing my head. Anymore. My head's going to start turning purple.
Old person's head.
But anyways, that's what I got. I have a whole stack of comic books, but I'm not going to pull those out. I'll do a little some social media comic book. I just got to tell you, when I was a kid, I used to always collect Marv Wolfman's run of the Teen Titans, and I have gone back and I've started to reassemble years of that, and I'm excited to do so. So that's a project I'm working on right now. Cheeseman, what'd you say, Jake?
Oh no, I was just going to say, I remember when we met Marv Wolfman at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
2018, we're at that rooftop party or whatever it was, and
it was the comic book defense fund party.
Yeah, and Greg was like, "That's Marv Wolfman."
It was just the coolest thing. I was able to talk to him about his run of. He did a run of single character runs, like he did Raven, he did Cyborg, he did Coriander. And I loved the backstory, and you saw, and because with Raven, she had like this, I'm a guy that goes to church. Raven was raised in the church, and she had all these issues and doubts about her faith and different things, and her parents. It was just, and he did it, and he treated church people respectfully. In today's media culture, most of us kind of cringe anytime like, oh, there's going to be a church person on TV. That means there's going to be somebody with tall blue hair and just ridiculous but he did a really good job, and I respect him for that. And not only that, it was a freaking good run of comic books. Teen Titans. I don't know if I've ever loved a run of comic books as much as that one. Cheeseman, what you got?
All right, I'm gonna try to zip through this. So we did mention shirts. I got this from Homage. Also said it's homage from people in Ohio. It's a Ohio company. They do a lot of fandom type shirts, but a lot of sports. They're kind of known mostly for their sports, but this was a nice little one they did for Christmas Vacation. It says "Nuts About Christmas" with the squirrel on it. So some of us on the show are squirrel people, so definitely had to get that. And then I'm going to just kind of show a collection of some stuff towards the end of the year I kind of picked up. This first thing was actually free. Me and Jim there was a Stranger Things little thing that happened. Was it Sunset Boulevard? Where did this happen?
It was, I think it was like Sunset Boulevard, Sunset and Fairfax. It was the week before Stranger Things, the first, how it debuted in 3 chapters.
This is a silk bandana that they handed out with kind of like the design of the upside down and all this kind of stuff with the season 5 branding. I should have done what Brad would have done. He would have just grabbed the whole box, but I didn't really think ahead, so I just grabbed one.
Brad would go into movie theaters and they're passing out posters, and he'd walk off with a box of them. I guess we shouldn't be telling all his dirty secrets.
And also, speaking of Stranger Things, my cousin recently has been buying me these. Jake, I don't know if you've seen these. They're these limited edition, limited number. They're these metal kind of designs that they do of different movies, and then they're done in a way where you stick this magnet on the wall, and then you can keep changing them out because they basically stick to this magnet.
You'll get back in a second. There we go.
Here I am. Okay. So this is one he got me for my birthday, which was of Jaws. It actually is kind of a glow in the dark one too, but
Oh, wow.
For Christmas, he ended up, speaking of Stranger Things, he got me one of those ones here.
Oh, wow.
So this kind of, you could flip either direction. You could show
It's upside down.
or you could show the kids on the bikes, but this was an interesting one. And again, like, so this is what it comes with, basically this magnet, and you basically put this little paper thing on the wall, like it's already sticky, and then you basically kind of stick one side of the magnet to it. So then this magnetic, so you can easily swap these without doing anything else or anything like that. But
that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, not my nephew, my cousin Jeremy, basically has gotten me a couple of these, but that was my Christmas gift. Speaking of Christmas, a few of us did go to Orlando, and I picked up a couple tiki mugs. Trader Sam's is a cool bar at Disney World, so it's fandom as well. They do a lot of collectible stuff. So they did their zombie mug, but with more of a Christmas vibe. Almost has a Grinch type vibe, but this was like usually their zombie mugs, I think, what are they, 30 or 40? This one was like 70 or 80, like because it's so kind of like rare and limited of what they did. It's the holiday edition of Trader Sam's Grotto, like Disney. So I think we even got it on opening day, or we just happened to be there. Our friend Scott got one as well. And then I got the Nautilus, which is from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This one's a 4th edition. This one's green color. They do some different ones, but it's actually very affordable, especially if you get the drink in it. Like I think the mug was only like $30 or $40 more just to be able to keep it. So
do you have a different version of that one on your shelf?
I don't. I've seen brown before. Our friend Bill, I think, has a brown one, but
maybe Scott has it. I thought
yeah, Scott probably did.
Yeah.
He has collected a lot of those. Him and his fiance Rachel.
Nice.
So
you can check it out on the tikifreaks.com. The three of us have another podcast and show that we do.
Yeah.
A couple little things I picked up at Universal. They do these nice little pens, and especially with Jaws anniversary, coming, that was last year. Beaches closed. Got sunglasses with the Jaws shark on both sides. Really cool little pen. There's a lot of pen collectors out there, I know. And then they had this little like bottle, the ship in a bottle kind of thing, but they did it with the orca, and then.
Wait, it actually has liquid in it.
Well, not liquid. It's blue sand, so it kind of appears like it's like blue liquid in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then also kind of a sad thing was the Rock and Roller Coaster is closing down. It's becoming a Muppets thing, which is cool, but the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster is closing down. So
it's already closed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this would be fun to put on like a guitar strap or something. In memory of that, because living in California, you definitely got kind of that rush of what LA was like with all the street names and all that. So early on with MGM Studios, when it was called that before it was Hollywood Studios, used to have a lot of that California vibe, which led to me kind of wanting to live out here. So I picked up a few little things. This was kind of a little lanyard kind of thing, but I've actually kind of used it as a Christmas ornament. It's a little put the pedal to the metal. It's of the Rock and Roller Coaster as well. Just wanted a couple little souvenirs to remember it by.
Those will be valuable. Disney collectors, of which I think all of us are, as we know, get nutty over some of this stuff after something has closed, an attraction is closed. The memorabilia from that attraction.
Yeah.
Keep your hands on that one.
And then the main thing, as we can see, there's still a lot of Christmas going on here. So Hallmark ornaments is a big thing that I collect. So we did do a short video where I showed some of the ones I got early on, because there are ones that sell out fast, and then there are ones that will last till Christmas and beyond. So there's a lot of sites that do resale. You can go to the Hallmark site, or there's local ones with people's names that will have them with a shipping fee, or you can go to stores and some of them still have them. But I went to one just a week this past one day ago, and they were pretty cleaned out. So, but there is still a lot of stuff on eBay, and even Kohl's, which is a chain like in Ohio, probably the east side of the country. Their website sells discount ornaments.
Is that KOHL?
KHOLS.
Is KH? I thought it was K. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to just quickly show you some of the ones I got. This one I got early, which is the sign from Jaws.
Luke, I think it is KOHL.
Okay, whatever. Google it, people.
I gotta get to the. I think it's KO.
Right here. This one you tilted it. It was of the girl where it's welcome to Amity, but then you had the sick vandalism with the shark fin. Jake, did you ever get this one?
No, it's really cool though. I didn't. I was just thinking, like, it's weird.
Just not been a Jaws fan this year. I might.
Luke, hold that back up.
Oh, I just realized this too. And on the back, they have this cool
cool.
50th thing. I did not realize that.
Oh, that's
I saw that now.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Look at that. Let's look at the front. I want to see the. Yeah, see how I like how the fin disappears when you shift it back and forth.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I don't think I bought a single ornament this year. Usually, I'll get at least one, but I just. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get one this year. That is a really cool one though. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. So I made sure I got that one early on. This one did last longer, but I wanted to make sure I got it, which is T1000, and it's got the shots in it where all the you can see all the spots and stuff where he's been shot.
I saw a fun video of Robert Patrick like doing like an unboxing or whatever, and like opening it, putting it on his tree, and his tree was all like silver, like it was like a liquid metal.
That's awesome.
This one actually I did see after Christmas as well, the Slimer. I think that the sculpt on this is very good. It's very lightweight. It looks like it's kind of heavy, but it's more like the Mr. Potato ornament. For those of you who have that one, it's fairly light too. So it's pretty hollow on the inside, but the paint and the sculpt on it, I think, is really
What
good.
is that made from, Luke? Is that like, it looks like a plastic toy or rubber toy?
It's like lightweight PVC or whatever it is.
Is it?
It has a hollow sound to it.
Oh, nice. So it's an actual ornament. Nice.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of stuff. This was very limited, and as you know, Disney collectors are big, but they did a little Abu one.
Oh man,
really cool looking, and it was limited edition. So I actually got this while I was up in San Jose at a Hallmark store, and they said, I asked them which ones have been selling out or kind of hard to find, and that was one that was kind of going fairly quick.
Nice.
So just a few other quick ones. So I got as a kid, Jake, did you have this, the snow cone Charlie Brown kind of thing, where you basically you make your own snow cones from it?
No, that's cool though.
And you pour like flavoring in there inside the.
Yeah, so the little snowman, you squirt the like flavoring on top of it, but basically you stick ice cubes inside of this, and then you turn the back, and it would basically spit out like make it a snow cone, and then you'd use this to kind of do the flavoring. So me and my sister had this. My mom got both of us this for Christmas.
Nice.
That one's fantastic. I like that one.
And then I'm always a big like Batman 66 fan. Jake, you're a fan, but are you as big of? You're more the Keaton and some of the other stuff.
Hey, Luke, before you go any further, you keep on looking off. What you looking at?
I'm trying to watch football. This is the end of the game. I'm talking to some friends on a text who are also Jake's friends, watching the national championship football game. And
what's the score right now?
It's all within one score, with Miami able to kind of win it if they get a touchdown, but they're down by 6.
Oh, all right.
So it is 2nd and 15, 21-27 with 1:36 to go. So part of the reason I'm like, oh gosh, why am I at the end? So I got to rush this. But yeah, I got basically the Batman 66, Adam West, who has the Bat Shield.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kind of a new look. They've done a lot of Batman 66 stuff, but this was fairly new. This is pretty similar to the Joker they did before. It's a little bit different of a pose of the 1966 Joker played by Cesar Romero, but
that's a good one.
I like that. Get it, though. I do like it. It's very similar to the one I have on the tree up there.
I showed Zoe some of the Batman 66 movie, my 5-year-old daughter, and she like loved it. Like I showed her the scene where he's running with the bomb. It's like some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. She loved that scene.
So good. And then speaking of football, my Aunt Diane passed away earlier in the year, and she always got me the NFL ornaments. So my mom kind of took over and got me a couple players. Jalen Hurts and Christian McCaffrey were
nice.
2 of I think they did like 4 NFL players, but these were kind of the main ones. I wanted Hurts. I had him in a fantasy league, and I also had McCaffrey as well. And first down Miami because I'm watching football and talking dirty stuff at the same time. So I have a whole NFL tree that's not seen right now.
Nice. You'll have to give us a tour of the NFL tree sometime. That'd be kind of cool. Each of the players.
And then back on the tree, there was some Haunted Mansion ornaments. They all kind of link together, which is pretty cool, like the brightness and all that. And they run different sounds. Some, like my Star Wars tree, they'll interact with each other and kind of tell a story. The Haunted Mansion stuff, they'll kind of make a lightning sound and then they'll just do their part and then turn off. But the one I got was of the singing ghost and all that. So she's back there. I'll maybe play the sound. You can hear it from a distance. And then I'll bring the ornament over.
Don't do it. We're gonna get flagged by Disney. Don't do it.
We're gonna get flagged. So I put her over here. It's hard to see because she's plugged in. Maybe.
Is she making a sound?
Yeah, so she's kind of doing like an opera kind of singing thing, like a like thing with all the craziness in the graveyard. But that's basically the ornament, what it looks like before it's all lit up. But it's kind of similar to what you're kind of seeing on here. Which
yeah,
I'm still waiting for them.
If you want to make like a Halloween tree or kind of get your Christmas stuff going early.
I'm sure you have this one too, but it's from it's probably like 5 years old. But it was the hitchhiking ghost where they're lined up and it lights up and it does.
Yeah, so I have that one, but I'm very interested in getting the one that links to this because it'll light up and kind of pulsate like with the light. But the one I have run off battery.
I'm really hoping they'll do a new Hatbox Ghost one that lights up. Because I have a Hatbox Ghost, but it's just kind of like it looks cool, but it's just like a blue kind of color, whatever. It doesn't have any fun features, doesn't light up or do something like that. So I think that one's got to do for
and they've done 2 years in a row. Oh wow, interception by Indiana. The game's over.
Is there?
They won. They went undefeated. Oh my gosh.
So wait, who won?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. So Luke and
Jake.
Wait,
there's a flag, but I think it's celebration stuff, so it's probably over.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that is nuts.
We're gonna have to bounce.
But anyways, so Haunted Mansion's already done 2 years, so they might do a third year. You never know. Plus the ornaments that they've already done, some of those are on like good sales on some of those sites and stuff. Like they're normally $40 or $50, but I think on some sites you can get for 10 or 15 right now. But once they're done, then they'll probably go up because a lot of the Disney stuff goes up in value. But kind of last thing I'm showing is our friend Drew.
I love it.
It's this giant freaking rug for the con guy or the.
Where are you gonna put it?
Friends, just on the floor by the Christmas tree. Why not?
Oh, nice.
There's no carpeting, so this is a good little.
Our friend Drew works over at Sony Studios, who produced
in the legal department.
Yeah, who produced the Ghostbusters film. So that's a perfect gift. Perfect gift.
Oh, and I did forget. I forgot I got this in Orlando as well. This is a small little kind of like cooler bag where you can put like any kind of like food or drinks in. Also, perfect size for like a 6-pack or something. You want to go on a.
So you did go to Universal or.
We went to the new one, the Epic Universe.
Okay.
We'll probably talk more about that later. But
I was going to ask. I think it's at. Yeah, I was going to ask. I think it's at the old one. Did you didn't see the?
Well, this was outside. This is around where the Margaritaville is, and the
City Walk or whatever. Yeah.
And so then our friend Greg got us a discount because he's a member of a lot of this stuff.
Nice. So they have a parade at Universal now that has a Jaws float and all that. Have you seen that?
I have not seen the parade.
Wait, do they really?
Mm-hmm.
They do.
They have a parade that has scenes from E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park, I'm sure, like all that stuff. But the Jaws float is so cool. It's got a big recreation of Bruce and the orca, and they have actors playing Quint and Brody and stuff. It's pretty cool.
All right, I have it right here. Wait a second. Right here. Add file. Oh, it's right here, right here. We're gonna show it. This. Oh wow, that looks amazing. Well, it's not there yet. It's not there, and bam.
Yeah, look at that. That's awesome.
That's so elaborate. So that's Universal in Orlando.
Yep. So yeah, Quint is on the boat there, but then I think Brody like walks around the float, or like an actor, obviously dressed up like Brody. It's like,
all right,
yeah.
Cheeseman, it looks like a con guy trip upcoming. All right, guys, we do have to wrap up. Anything, Jake? I did have one last question. We went through the Back to the Future stuff, the collectibles. Wait, did we already talk about this?
No, if the musical.
You want to see the musical this year?
Yeah, I went like 2-3 weeks ago. They had Back to the Future the musical was playing at the Ohio Theater, this big old theater downtown Columbus, and my wife Lisa and I were all set to go. We had tickets, and then like 2 hours before the show, our daughter Zoe got sick. Like she threw up, and then we're just like, oh god. So then we had to cancel the babysitter. My mom was going to come watch her, so then it was like down to the minute, and Lisa's like, just go, like I'll just stay with them. So I ended up going by myself, and I just had like an empty seat next to me, but it was great. If you guys have the chance to see it, I highly recommend it. I'm not a huge theater guy or whatever, but like, and when I first heard about it, I'm like, the musical, that's kind of weird. But then I listened to a podcast, and it was a Tell 'em Steve Dave podcast, and Q from Impractical Jokers, I think, was the one who was talking about it, and he was like, guys, I'm telling you, like, this show is amazing. It's like the coolest thing. And I was like, really? Okay, I'll give it a shot. So we went. I went, and yeah, I can't believe how well it translates to a musical and like a stage production. So yeah, if anyone gets a chance.
What about the DeLorean? Did they have a big set piece DeLorean that was really cool?
Yeah, it's the effects in the show were incredible. They had the car come out, and then it's so hard to describe. They had like a spinning kind of like rotating thing where the car would look like it's like peeling out and stuff, but it's not really like going anywhere. It's just kind of like spinning in place and stuff. And then
that's cool.
It'd be like facing the audience, and then they'd have the rear projection, like all the buildings going, so it looks like it's like driving fast and stuff. And
oh, nice. Cheeseman and I are both out here on the West Coast, Los Angeles, Hollywood, and I don't think it's made its way here yet. If it has, we missed it. But
I think it did, and we didn't make it.
Yeah, that's really cool. And they had to change a few things in the plot, and they kind of like simplify things, make it flow easier. Like an example is like in the movie, there's a scene in the cafeteria where there's kind of like a scuffle, and then there's another scene where they're at the diner or whatever, and then that whole scene, like they kind of combine those into one thing just to kind of like knock that out. You know what I mean?
Keep it moving, yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, we are wrapping up here. I just want to thank everybody for tuning into the Con Guy Show. We are starting our 11th season. Our 11th season of the Con Guy Show starts this year. In March, we'll be, as everybody knows, we've started our. Where to go? I had it right here. We are not in the middle. We are towards the end of year number 10. We have been celebrating 10 years of the Con Guy Show. Our official anniversary podcast of the Con Guy Show is in March, so we will be celebrating that, and hopefully everybody will join us. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Cheeseman, do you have anything to close us with?
Big Ten are the champs. Football. And you can find me at Cheese on Couch and theconguy.com.
Jake.
You can find me on Instagram at the Jacob System, and as a part of the Con Guy, I'm doing shows like this. So
all right, we have more collectible shows coming at you. Jake and Luke are going to be they're going to be kind of driving this and bringing more collectible shows. We know that everybody loves their collectibles. And we do have a WonderCon is one of the big conventions here on the West Coast coming up in March. We're going to be doing some shows leading up to that. Ben and Katie and everybody will be back. I just want to look at there. Like and subscribe to the podcast if you guys get it. Look, that's a cool little graphic there. I kind of like that. But anyways, you can find me at the Con Guy, or you can find me on Instagram at James D Fry, Twitter Jim Fry LA, but I'm mainly on Instagram these days. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a lot coming up this year, but I just want to as we leave, again, just thank you to our friend Brad. We dedicate the show to him, and this was the card at his memorial service. And Brad, in memory of the man who dreamed loud, loved life, Madonna and Gaga, that was two of his big loves. He never forgot a birthday or a special occasion, and turned
friends into family. Forever in our hearts. And I don't know if Jim's computer died, so Jake, you and me might be taking this out, but we love you, Brad. And this is the card of our good. Oh wait, Jim's coming back in.
I don't know what just happened. You guys kicked me out.
I think Brad kicked you out.
Yeah. he's like, enough. Come on.
Yeah.
That's Brad's ultimate revenge. He goes, come on now. We got some drinking to do. All right, Brad. Anyways, Brad, we love you. You will forever be missed. But this, like he says there at the bottom, bye, bitch. That was Brad's forever in our hearts thing whenever he left. Anyways, guys, more Con Guy shows coming up. And remember, just as we talk about this, grab and hug people you love, because you never know how long they're going to be around. All right. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching The Con Guy, the official program of theconguy.com. Find us on the Weeby Geeks Collective or anywhere you listen to podcasts.